Adam?
Yes?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you sure? Because it looks like you're underneath my bedspread right now.
I'm not under your bedsheet.
I think you'll find you are.
Where you can see me?
You bet your fucking bucket I can, buddy.
Damn it. It's warm and cozy under here.
It looks nice, cozy and warm under there. Could you find somewhere else that's nice, cozy and warm?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to sit on the floor again.
Listen, what will it take to get you off my bed?
Turn around.
What?
I'm self-conscious when I get out of bed. Turn around.
Okay. Fine. Turning around.
It's free real estate.
Ah! Hi Adam.
Hi Zach.
How you doing?
Not too bad, thanks.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Just chilling. Thought we were going to talk about the new episode. Listen.
Well, it's not a new episode, it came out in 2014, but yeah, let's talk about Listen. The episode with Capaldi and...
Jenna Coleman.
Yes. Let's talk about the episode.
Yes.
Cross your arms real quick. That's my funniest bit of the whole skit that we filmed just now. Alright, let's get on with the review now.
Okay.
You're gonna take
Oh,
it.
right, yeah. It's frightening underneath, isn't it?
Oh, it's too scary. I shudder at the sight of you. You under the blanket is also bad as well. Listen. Listen, okay? So
The episode, listen. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
What did you think of it?
I loved it. I love how Doctor Who always tries to take a twist on classic frightening tropes.
Exactly.
And then they've also done their twists on things like don't blink, don't think, don't breathe.
Yeah.
And then this one,
That's
it's
right.
such a classic nightmare. The thing under the bed. It's
Yeah.
like every kid's worst nightmare when they're little.
That's
They
right.
think there's something underneath. And of course, Doctor Who has to make a monster out of it.
Yeah. That's right.
But then they almost
yeah.
don't make a monster out of it because there's nothing visually there.
No, we don't see anything. Ever. Which is kind of... Well, I mean...
The
which is
blurred out
point.
creature behind the bag.
Well, that was probably just a child.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. But it's cool that, like, when it comes to horror and creeping an audience out, just don't show them the monster, and then their imagination is the word I was looking for. Runs wild, and they come up with all sorts of fucking frightening shit that they'd be able to think of way better than any production team could have created as a prop. Or
it's
whatever.
actually quite funny then, considering you say that your imagination will run wild with anything under the bed, and yet there's that moment when the Doctor is talking about that nightmare that everyone wakes up and then there's something that grabs your ankle. But it's interesting that they're all human hands. It's not. It's not a crazy monster. It's not like there's a snake wrapped around. It's just
it's just a human hand. It's still creepy though, isn't it? Like, in all realness, have you ever had like a dream like that?
Not a dream of the monster under my bed, as
Like
such,
grabbing
but
your hand and that.
Not that dream before. No,
No, me neither.
I've had a dream before where I've had something in my bed with me.
Oh, that's
Kind
worse.
of like The Grudge.
That's so much worse.
But aside from I've never had a.
Interesting.
It's probably because I've always had stuff under my bed anyway, enough to the point where I know nothing can fit under there.
Yeah, that's fair, honestly. Yeah, so like the setting up of the episode with that like story basically of that nightmare that everyone has, even though I've never had it.
Although it starts off with the
All
perfect
losers.
hunting, perfect defense.
Perfect hiding. How would you know if there's perfect hiding? How'd you be able to detect it? What I will say, that monologue at the start, it's done beautifully. I love it. When watching it, I couldn't help but think, this is exactly how Stephen Moffat pitched the episode to the BBC execs, probably.
Yeah.
He just would go, why is there no such thing as perfect hiding? Except he didn't do it in an old Scottish voice.
Yeah.
Even though Moffat's Scottish, isn't he?
Is he?
I think he is.
To be honest, I've never actually heard him speak that much.
No, me neither. But yeah, so the whole concept of like, how would you be able to detect perfect hiding, unless they would like to speak aloud? What would they do? Well, what would you do? Yeah, I'd like to think that's exactly what Moffat did to pitch the episode to. Yeah. Listen. I like that scene. It's a good first scene. The episode as a whole, it's good. I like it a lot. It's one of the strongest Capaldi episodes in season 8, I think. Series 8.
The date, though, between Clara and Danny. I know it's meant to be that kind of awkward, everyone's got those tropes that they don't want to hear at their dates, but why do they have to do that?
It was a bit cookie cutter, and
and then she makes it worse the second time round.
It felt like a lot of different ideas that didn't quite fit perfectly. Like the concept of the creature that has perfect hiding, cool. It's a through thread for the whole episode, but you're trying to also weave the Danny Pink thing, and then also Awesome Pink comes in, and now they're at the end of the universe. It's like there's a lot of different ideas, and also at the end they're on Gallifrey, and you see the Doctor as a kid or whatever. It's like there's a lot of cool ideas in there, but I don't know if they all fit perfectly together.
No. It's like an anthology almost, where it's separate stories fit into the same kind of chronology, and
it's cool because they also have the orphanage as well. Like there's so many different bits in this episode, and it's like I like episodes like this, and it is an interesting idea. But some of the Danny Pink stuff, like I don't know. I didn't enjoy that stuff too much in this one.
I like the bit where Clara is showing Dan, or Rupert as he's called in there, with all those little toy soldiers. I would have liked it perhaps if maybe it wasn't Danny, the kid she was talking to.
Yeah.
I would maybe like his brother or something.
Yeah.
Where because then it could be a case of it's not directly related to her and then messing up the timeline as such, because that's going to be confusing as well.
Yeah, but then it turned out that they influenced Danny Pink to be a soldier because they made him a big dream of being Dan the Soldier Man. So then obviously he becomes a soldier. He changes his name to Dan in the future. So the Doctor and Clara literally give Rupert his aspirations in life and create the character Danny Pink effectively. And there's a lot of like the Doctor and Clara in season 8 where they're like overpowered, and Clara especially in this one, how she becomes like the inspiration for the Doctor, and like being like don't be cruel or cowardly, and just make sure you're afraid when it matters. Or she says some words and they come back in later, and I feel like they definitely made Clara overpowered with that sort of stuff, and her being
anyone.
Yeah, well, exactly. No, Listen is alright, but there's a few different ideas. Some of them work, some of them don't work together. But yeah, let's go down to like best moments.
Oh, best moment for me, I think, is when Clara and the Doctor are sitting in Austin's space lounge area, and you got that sign. Just where did that writer come from? He needs reminding. 6 months out in space all on your own. It's gotta be tempting.
What company?
And then the actual, as he's opening the door, that nursery rhyme as well, when you're wanting but you don't want to see what's behind that door.
No, that's right, yeah. But Awesome Pink was an interesting concept, but it doesn't make sense anymore.
No.
Because Danny Pink died before they fucking had kids, right?
Oh yeah.
So Awesome Pink doesn't make sense.
Maybe he does have a brother. Maybe they missed the brother.
Maybe. Yeah, no. As for best moments, I like the stuff in the orphanage. It's nice and creepy. I like the bit where it's like, if you put down your coffee and then look back later and it's not there anymore. And he's like, everyone does that. Yes, everybody. Who turned your TV off? Oh, it just does that. And then the coffee's gone, and then the next scene is the Doctor walking with his mug. It's so funny. I like that.
The Where's Wally bit as well. Just he's not in here.
He's not in every book. Well,
there's a few hundred years of my life I'll be needing back.
Yeah, I also love... This is like the first... When watching Series 8 in real time and not being sold on Capaldi straight away, this is one of the first scenes where I'm like, this is the Doctor. When he's like, are you scared? Good, that's a good thing. And he's saying, it's like a superpower. Do you think he's scared? Nah, loser. him talking to the child and comforting him in like a very not patronising way feels like the Doctor to me, and I felt yes, he's got this role on lock. You know, I really enjoy that scene where he's talking to young Rupert. It's really sweet actually, and like I say, it was a very doctory moment, comforting a child. Like that.
There was one moment as well in that scene just before Clara and him leave. It's where he sat on the chair at the back and he's just, I ain't taking anything. Sort of stick man over in the back, and he just goes. And he says something, doesn't he, as he's getting up? And
he's like, so, and then Clara's comforting him later, and she's like, this is your army of
soldiers. Plastic soldiers.
Plastic soldiers, sit, she says, and he sits back down. That's really good.
I like it when it's that kind of a dynamic.
It's great.
He's just being so condescending, and she has to be kind of...
Sit, Doctor. And then I like the bit at the start actually where she comes in her bedroom and the doctor's in there is like, oh, you have to just squeeze her. So the doctor's like, Doctor, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, you said you were going on a date. I thought I'd hide in the bedroom in case you bring him home. I like that line.
Oh, it's too late now. You're taking your makeup off.
I know, I'm still wearing makeup. Oh, we just missed a bit. Well, come on. That's really cool. I love it. It's like, why do you point over 3 mirrors? Why don't you just turn your head? And then that comes back later as well. It's like, her face is so wide, her eyes out to here. She needs 3 mirrors. He says to Awesome Pink later.
Yeah.
I love it. That's cool. Yeah, the only stuff that I don't really like is the date stuff with Danny. It's just like...
Because then Clara gets
executed better.
I mean, Clara makes that joke first about Danny, and then, you know, you can understand his kind of thing. Maybe his jab back was a little unnecessary, but then Clara's the one that up and leaves because she kind of reaped what she sowed when she made a jab to him. Then she can't take it, she leaves. Then she comes back and brings up Rupert, and it's like, why the
date
fuck?
is a fucking shambles.
And then
really
and then Danny leaves, and then she thinks she can just storm off at the Doctor. It's not his fault.
No, that's very true. And then afterwards they meet Awesome Pink and Clara goes, Awesome Pink, and he's like, I laughed too.
One thing I will say though, why is it that now every time there's a space scene, it's always that same space suit?
I think it's cool.
I think it's cool, but why does Orson have it? Because the Doctor took it off from
the Doctor, you know. Just took it off the Doctor, you know. I don't know.
But he's still wearing it at the end, you know, when he's in his station. You know, if it wasn't his, you'd think he'd take it off at some point.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
It's a cool suit after they took it from Impossible Planet, but you know, there's a point where you can't just have everybody wearing that same suit.
True. It's cool though. It's cool. I like that it keeps coming back, but yeah.
But there's probably the big thing that you shocked me with this one as well when we were watching the show for the first. Well.
Oh yes, yeah. So the idea of perfect hiding, the Doctor propositioning, if that's a word, about how is there no such thing as perfect hiding? Well, there might be a creature that's perfectly perfect evolution that leads a creature to hide perfectly. And I thought to myself, didn't they already create a creature that did that? And you were like, who? I'm like, the Silence. Mind-blowing moment, because it's like literally, how do you hide better and more conveniently than after someone looks at you and then look away, they forget you were ever there? That's literally perfect hiding in a nutshell. So yeah, I feel like either that's a plot hole in this episode, or my headcanon is the creature that they saw, or even actually no,
a juvenile silent.
I was about to say it's fucking tiny. Maybe a baby silent. Maybe there could be a silence, couldn't it? A baby one. I don't know. It makes similar noises actually. When you hear the noises at the end of the universe, how it screeches and then later hums and stuff. They never talk saying listen though, so maybe not. I don't know. That's my headcanon that this was an episode with the Silence. But I don't know, man. It was a good episode though.
Yeah.
Like the acting was actually really, really good, especially from Capaldi. This is one of my favourite Capaldi episodes.
When Clara and Rupert are under the bed.
Oh
and
yes.
Then she goes, there's nothing under here. And then it just does that little sink in the middle of the mattress. It's like it's subtle and it's
no one's in the room. And then and then they get out and they see the lump, the big mattress topper lump. That's really cool. And then at the end of it, when you're on the bed now, I'm talking to you now. Go in peace. we won't look. And then it leaves, and he's like, you took my bedspread. It's like, humans, never happy, are you? Yeah, that's funny.
Once upon a time.
The end. There are so many funny moments from the Doctor in this episode. Are there any other bits we're forgetting?
Once you're going to get past the monster.
Oh yeah, the Doctor bit at the end. How it's like, what do you think about that?
It's good that they didn't show his face. It's good that they didn't give him a voice. It's good that, you know, they're still trying to make it as anonymous as possible. But it does actually kind of if you tie it in with the ending of Series 8, and well, not Series 8, sorry, Series 9. And you know, you allude to that barn in Day of the Doctor, why he went to that barn, kind of makes sense, despite it being in the middle of blooming nowhere.
Right.
But I do like the idea that, you know, we see that even the Doctor was just afraid of the dark at some point. Because it's not giving too much away, but it's giving him that kind of vulnerability almost, to show that even he has that kind of element of fear.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like I like what Clara was saying, I just didn't necessarily like the idea of Clara, like you said, being that inspiration.
I know, it's like giving a companion that much power in a show as big as Doctor Who is. And
they already kind of pushed the boat out there with Clara.
It's self-indulgent of Moffat to do that.
Yeah, in Name of the Doctor as well, when they kind of give that wrap-up as the
Impossible Girl.
You think that's a good way to end it.
How she like saves the Doctor in every story before that, afterwards, like...
Why?
Yeah, why though, you know?
Because it's already kind of filling the brim there, but now you're just putting too much.
It's too much. Yeah, there is a bit too much. Yeah, it is a shame, but like I don't mind. I like seeing more clues as to Doctor Who from before the show started, which is nice, but at what cost, you know, like... Plus, you know, if we see too much, we get a timeless child situation, unfortunately, so... It's okay. It's okay. It can't hurt you anymore. No. Chibnall's gone now.
I'm going back under. No, it can't hurt me under here. No.
Okay, man. Okay. I'm gonna wrap this episode up here. What's the rating for this episode for you, in your opinion? I'm gonna go like an 8, I think, out of 10 for me. I quite like it.
I'm gonna give it an 8 as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, sick. Yeah, it's a solid one, and yeah. It's definitely fun to watch as well. Yeah. It's been a long time since I saw it, but it surprised me how good I liked it. Yeah, I guess we end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I guess we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
What?
Nothing. You look ridiculous.
I know.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye, Adam. Turning around.
It's nice to know he does his eyes. Oh, that is a really bad angle.
Don't you mean it's a really good angle?
Not really, no.
It's a great angle.
Yeah. It's very realistic.
You've got to take the thing off.
Shit. I'm self-conscious when I get out of bed.
I love that. That's so good.